How's it going, everybody? Welcome to today's stick mobility class. I am Coach Ray. Thank you for joining me. So for today's drills, we are going to work on 2 floor drills. One's going to be a core drill. One's going to be working on external hip rotation. And we're also going to be doing a standing hip extension drill. That's going to be really easy for you to work into. So I'm going to be using 2 long sticks for today's class. Okay. I'm also going to be using the rack. Has a wall. So if you have a wall or something for you to press the sticks into that's going to be stable, that'd be perfect for us to start with here, okay? And then we're going to do some full body mobilizations at the end and get in some pretty good stretching here, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to start at the feet and ankles first, okay? And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have my left foot forward, okay? And I'll actually go from a side profile so you can see the alignment of my body here. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have the bottoms of the sticks in line with the toes of my front foot. My back leg is in extension here. You don't need to be in full extension of the back leg. Okay, you can have the knee slightly bent if need be. I'm going to grab the sticks up at the top here. And what I'm going to do from this position is I'm going to shift my weight forward onto my front leg here. So I'm going to allow my left knee to track forward. I'm going to get a little bit of a hang going here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my left heel up off the floor. I'm going to hold, make sure all 5 toes are pressing into the ground. Then I'm going to come down slowly, under control. Good, don't let the heel touch the floor. I'm going to bring that heel back up. Good, down, slow and controlled. Let's go 3 more. Heel up. Good, down. 2 more, heel up. Okay, getting a load in the quads as well as the feet and ankles here. Down 1 more time, heels up. Good, back down slowly and relax. Now we're going to switch sides, okay? So I'll face forward. So I get into that same position here, okay? Stick is in line, right, with toes of the front foot. Left foot is back. I'm gonna shift my weight forward on that front leg here. Get a hang. Gonna bring my heel up. Try to keep the knee in line with the mid toe here. Heel down, don't let it touch the floor. Good, heel up. Good, down. Slow and controlled. Heel up. Good. Make sure you breathe. Down. Heel up. Hold. Good. 1 more time. Down. And heel up. Good. Down. And relax. Good. Okay, now we're going to get into some pelvic tilt work here. So since we are going to get into a standing hip extension drill later, we are going to need to work on controlling that pelvis. So what I'm going to do here is I want to get into a horse stance. I want my feet facing forward. I'm going to grab the stick at about roughly sternum height. I'm going to have the bottom angled in towards me. So pick up the stick, angle the bottom in towards you just a couple inches, and then set it down. We are going to be generating a little bit of tension into the stick here, okay? So I'm going to allow my knees to track forward a little bit here. I want to keep my pelvis stacked under my spine, stay up tall. Now what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drive the stick into the floor with 20% tension, and I'm going to squeeze my glutes and do a posterior pelvic tilt, okay? So I'm tucking my pelvis like so, okay? Turning it back like this. Now I'm going to do an anterior tilt, so I'm going to tilt the opposite direction. You should feel your lower back muscles activate here. Good. Tuck in, drive the stick down, 20%. Squeeze those glutes, feel those glutes activate. Good. Anterior tilt, tuck back. Good. Posterior tilt, tuck in, squeeze those glutes. Good, make sure we're breathing here. Anterior tilt. Those lower back tissues tighten. And back to center. Now we're gonna go with lateral tilts, okay? So again, make sure you're staying up tall here. We're gonna just create light tension into the stick. So we're gonna drive the stick down about 15%, not too much. I'm gonna bump my hips up to the right. You should feel that right glute activate here, okay? Now I'm gonna bump my hip up to the left. You should feel the left glute activate. You wanna keep that upper body still so you don't wanna end up being here. So bump hip up to the right. Good, bump hip up to the left. That opposite hip should be dropping down towards the floor here, okay? Bump hip to the right. Make sure you breathe. Good, bump hip to the left. Feel those glutes work. Let's go one more time each side. Bump the hips to the right. Good. Now bump the hips to the left. Good. Back to center. And relax. Good. So, with this drill, I'm going to be using a squat rack. So, you want to make sure that this is a wall here. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the stick and I'm going to place it behind my back. Okay? I want to place it behind my mid-back like so. Now, the distance that you're going to be sending away from the wall is really going to depend on you. 6 inches may be enough, maybe it's a foot. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to take a wide stance. I'm going to take a stance that's wider than my shoulder width here. Toes going to be pointed forward. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm first going to start this movement off by hinging back until my butt touches the rack or wall, okay? And I'm going to be relatively parallel to the floor here. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to pull the stick apart, and now I'm going to start to rotate the right end of the stick towards the floor to my midline, and now I'm going to drive the stick apart even harder. So we're going to activate, get into that rotation, keeping the knees out. Good. I'm going to ease off that tension of pulling apart, and I'm going to come back to center. Now I'm going to rotate to the other side. Get to that center line, pull the stick apart. Good. Breathe. Ease off that tension of pulling apart. Come back to center. And stand up. Excellent. So we're going to actually progressively wiggle our feet out wider and wider. So I'm going to go out a little bit wider here. Okay. I'm going to do that same thing. Stick is at mid-back. I'm going to hinge back until my butt touches the wall. Okay. I'm going to pull the stick apart. I'm going to rotate the right end of the stick towards my midline, maybe even across, and I'm going to pull the stick apart. So what we're doing here is we're trying to trap the hips from moving and also make sure that we're getting true thoracic rotation through that mid and upper back here. Now I'm going to ease off pulling apart. I'm going to come back to center. Now I'm going to rotate the left end towards the floor, place it down, pull the stick apart, keeping those knees out to the best of your ability here. Hold, 3, 2, 1, ease off, come back to center, and stand back up. Good. Let's go one last time. So wiggle the feet out a little bit wider. Okay. Same thing. Okay. I want to hinge, drive those hips back. If your butt touches the wall, you still have room to hinge, then hinge. Okay. So I'm going to pull the stick apart. Rotate the right end of the stick towards the floor. Good. Pull the stick apart. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Back to center. Now I'm going to rotate to the other side. Good. Pull the stick apart. Keep that butt pressed against the wall. Make sure you're not shifting side to side here. 3, 2, 1. Ease off, pulling apart. Come back to center. And stand up. Wiggle your feet in. Okay, good. So now we're going to grab the second stick here. We're going to work on some hip internal, external rotation. So since we are going to be doing a drill on the floor, where we are working on active rotation, external rotation, we're going to try to loosen up a little bit, right? Get some of those tissues a little active. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start with my feet together, okay? And I'm going to have the sticks roughly about shoulder width apart, okay? And my hands are going to be roughly about shoulder height. The bottoms of the sticks are angled in towards my toes, so about 3 to 4 inches in front of the line of my toes here. So what I'm going to do, I want to make sure to keep my arms straight. I want to make sure I'm standing up tall. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to drive the sticks down, about 15 to 20% tension. I'm going to bring my left knee up into the middle of the sticks here, okay? I'm not coming up super high. I'm just going to start with externally rotating, pushing the instep of my foot into that right stick. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to internally rotate, push the outside of my foot into the stick, only generating about 15% tension, just enough to activate those tissues. Hold, 3, 2, 1, back to center and down. We are going to come back to that leg. We're going to bring it up higher on the next one. So now we're going to do the right leg here. Same thing, okay, arms straight. Drive those sticks down, about 15 to 20% tension. Bring that right knee up in the middle of the sticks here, okay? I want to rotate externally, push the instep of my foot into the left stick. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to switch. Outside of my foot comes to the right stick. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Back to center and down. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the left side. We're going to bring the knee up a little bit higher, so it's going to get a little bit more challenging. Remember, we're not generating a ton of tension. We're just trying to warm up the tissues. So from here, same setup. Drive the sticks down, 15 to 20% tension. Bring up that left knee. Bring it up to hip height if you can. Okay. Rotate externally. Bring it to the inside of that right stick. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now internally rotate. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back to center and down. Excellent. Let's go on the other side. Arms straight. Drive those sticks down. 15 to 20% tension. Right knee up. Externally rotate. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Internally rotate. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back to center and down. Excellent. Good. So I'm going to place one stick back down. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to do some lateral spinal flexion. So I'm going to take the stick, place it on my upper back here. Now your hand grip is going to be dependent on you, your mobility, but what's most comfortable for you, okay? So I'm going to go, this is a 6-foot stick here, so I'm going to go inside the grips, okay? Go as close to your shoulders as you can. So what I'm going to do from here is I want to get into a horse stance, feet wider than shoulder width, toes pointed forward, and I want to squeeze my glutes here, okay? Make sure my pelvis is still stacked under my spine. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the stick apart, 20% tension. Now I'm going to start to pull that right side down and let my spine laterally tilt. Now I'm going to pull more down with the left side, pull down more with the left side, and tilt my spine to the left. So the right side is coming up. So we're teeter-tottering here, right? Keep pulling apart, pull down the right side more, allow the spine to tilt, keep those glutes squeezed, tilt to the left, so pull that left side down. Make sure you breathe here. One more time each way. Pull the right side down. Good. Back to the left. And back to center. Good. So now we're gonna do from here, still gonna be pulling that stick apart. Now we're gonna focus on a little bit of rotation here, okay? So I really wanna make sure I'm driving those hips forward or squeezing the glutes to lock everything in tight here. So I'll actually go from a side profile, okay? And so what I wanna do from here, I wanna make sure my glutes are tight, pelvis stacked under the spine here, okay? Pulling the stick apart lightly. I'm gonna rotate to the right, keeping my hips facing forward. Now I'm gonna rotate to the left, still pulling the stick apart, rotate, and relax for a second, okay? Gonna go one more rep on this side. Arms straight, drive those sticks down, 60%. Bring that left knee up. Push against the stick, rotate. Three, two, one. Bring it back in and extend that leg and relax. Take a second here, okay? We're gonna switch over to the other side. All the steps of the process are the same. Now we're just gonna do it on the right, okay? Arms straight, drive both sticks down. Bring that left knee up or left leg up. Good, push against the stick. Try to get that instep to the left stick. Pull. 3, 2, 1. Back in and down. Relax, ease off. So if you want more of a challenge, you can always move the stick on the opposite side of the active hip out a little bit more, okay? So arms straight, activate, drive those sticks down, bring that right knee up. Good, push against the stick, rotate. Three, two, one. Bring foot back and down. Ease off. Gonna go one more rep here, okay? Arms straight. Drop both sticks down. Okay, feel that core activate. Bring that right leg up. Push it against the right stick. Rotate the hip. Three, two, one. Back in and down. Ease off and relax. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get into a core drill here. Okay? So we're going to do leg lifts and we're going to progress it. However, if the progressions are too hard, just simply stick to the leg lift here, okay? So I'm gonna have the sticks, again, you have them at shoulder width, okay? That's simply a good place to start. Now, the first portion is gonna be very, very simple, okay? We're gonna do a leg lift. So now what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna bring my hands down a little bit more so they're actually stacked over my shoulders. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna activate by driving both sticks down into the wall, 60%. I'm gonna point both my feet. Now I'm gonna lift my legs up off the floor. I wanna keep my lower back flat to the floor here. 3, 2, 1, ease off and relax. Good. So if you're starting to feel your lower back kick in, right, you can bring your knees up into a 90-degree position. It'll make it a lot easier to work on from there. So we're going to go again. Drop both sticks down. Try to get your entire back flat to the floor here. Lift the feet up. Hold. 3, 2, 1, back down and ease off. Excellent. And so now we're going to go a few more, okay? So we'll go 3 more. On the last 2, we're going to move into that a little bit, that advanced version here, okay? Arms straight, get the lower back to the floor, okay? Drive the sticks down, lift the feet up. 2, 1, down, and relax. Okay, so this advanced version here is going to require lifting the hips off the floor. So if you have maybe upper back issues or you're just not comfortable doing it, then simply stick with the regular leg lifts here, okay? So we're going to do it in 2 parts. We're going to start with the simple leg lift, and then we're going to go into bringing the hips up, and I will show you how. So, arms are going to be straight, stacked over the shoulders. The holds are not going to be that long in this one here, okay? Drop both sticks down, 60%. Lift the legs up. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring my feet straight up. I'm going to lift my hips up. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips back down. Legs down and ease off. Good. We're going to go one more time. So again, that's a very, very advanced exercise. So if you're not comfortable, please do not do it. So, arms straight, okay? Drive those sticks into the wall. Lift the feet up. 3, 2, 1. Feet up straight. Lift the hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Feet down. And ease off. Excellent. Good. So, that concludes the strength training portion. Again, that was really hard, really challenging. Just wanted to make it a little bit more advanced. But again, hopefully it doesn't cause any pain. If that causes any pain or discomfort, please just stick to regular leg lifts, okay? So, now we're gonna go to a standing position. We're only gonna need 1 stick here. We're gonna start with a simple bow and arrow and then move out from there. So, I'm going to have both feet facing forward, okay? Bottom of the stick is about roughly 8 to 12 inches from the outside of my midfoot here. Left hand is on a sticker. I'm going to take my right hand, reach up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor, and I'm going to extend my hands out. Good. Drive those hips away from the stick. Ease off. Excellent. Now I'm going to do on this next one here, I'm going to add in some rotations, okay? So I'm going to have the left hand on the sticker, take my right hand, reach up over the top, thumb facing down. I'm going to drive hips away, extend those hands out. Now I'm going to rotate my left shoulder through. Good, bring it back down, to the right. Rotate to the left. One more time each way. Rotate to the right. Good, now rotate to the left. Back to center. And relax, ease off. Good. So, that concludes today's warm-up. So now we're going to get into a standing hip extension drill. So we are going to need both sticks for this one here. So this is a way to work on activating the glute and at the same time working on opening up the hip flexor, okay, those anterior tissues here. And so what I'll do is I'm going to use both sticks. I'm going to go with my left foot forward first, okay? Now the bottoms of the sticks, it'd be best to keep them in line with the arch of your front foot here. So for my left foot, the bottom of the stick should be in line with the arch of my foot here, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is my hand, now as I'm standing up tall, My hands are roughly at about shoulder height, okay? I want my back foot facing forward, okay? I don't want my foot to turn out. I want to keep that hip facing forward here, okay? What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drop down into a little bit of a lunge so that left knee is over my left ankle. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drive the sticks down 60%. My right knee's bent currently, okay? Now I'm going to extend that right heel back. Squeeze that right glute, drive those sticks down. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. And come back up. Good. So, again, this is a way to work on opening up the hip flexor, but at the same time, activating that glute, right? We're going through activation to open up those tissues. So I'm going to do that same thing again. I'm going to drop this back knee down, let the left knee stack over the left ankle. Drive both sticks down, 70%. Extend that right heel back. Squeeze that right glute, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Back up. Good. Let's go one more time here. Okay. Drop down. Okay. Back knees bent. Drive those sticks down. 70%. Push. Good. Extend that left heel back. Squeeze that right glute. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. And come up and out. Good. Now we're going to switch sides here, okay? And so what I'm looking for here as well is how well can you control the pelvis? When you're going to extend, are you extending your low back or are you keeping that pelvis tucked in? We want to make sure that that pelvis is tucked and stays tucked, which is why we're driving the sticks down into the floor here. So, go my right foot forward here. Sticks are in line with the arch of my foot. Grip is still the same, okay? Drop this back knee down. Right knee stacked over right ankle, okay? Arms straight, drive the sticks down 60%, and extend that left heel back. Squeeze that left glute. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Stand up. Excellent. Let's get 2 more here. I'm going to drop that back knee down. Let our right knee to track forward. Okay. Drive sticks down, 70%. Drive that left heel back. Squeeze that left glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Come out. Excellent. We're going to do one more time. Drop that knee down. Drive the sticks down 70%. Drive that left heel back. Squeeze that left glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Come out and relax for a second. Okay. So that's a really good way to work on, again, opening those hips up, getting that glute active, especially before you go running. It's going to be really key there. So now we're going to go to floor drills here, okay? And so we're going to need 2 sticks for both drills. We are going to start with working on hip rotation. So external rotation of the hip, or rotating the foot across the midline of the body, across the center line of the body here, okay? So we're going to take both sticks, and what I'm going to do, my feet are out flat. I want to make sure the sticks are roughly about the same width, in terms of width, the same width of my shoulders, okay? And so I'm actually going to grip the sticks up a little high, okay, a little bit above shoulder height. And what I'm going to do here I'm gonna start with my left leg. I'm gonna keep my right leg down on the floor. I'm not gonna lift it. I wanna keep it down. I'm gonna drive this right leg into the floor, actually. Keep it active. So what I'm gonna do from here, I wanna pull my rib cage down to the floor, and I wanna drive those sticks down, about 50% tension. What I'm gonna do with the left leg is I'm gonna bring this left leg up as high as I can take it. I wanna push against the left stick. Now I'm going to externally rotate, so I'm gonna try to get my foot to touch the opposite stick. But I wanna hold. 3, 2, 1. Come back, bring the foot back, bring that leg down, and relax, ease off, okay? So this is a much safer way to work on external rotation without any kind of compensation errors here, okay? So, same thing, drive sticks down, let's go 60%, arms straight. Want to bring this left knee up, pushing against the left stick, then rotate, try to get that instep to touch the right stick. 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back to the stick and down. Ease off. Rotate the left shoulder through. Bring it back down. Ease off. And switch sides. So with the rotation there, as you start to rotate, for a little bit of a shift and a stretch, you're probably going to get a little bit more of the rib cage and the chest as well, okay? But everybody's different. So, I'm gonna set up in the same way. Right hand on the sticker, left hand up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. Drive the hips away, extend both hands out. Make sure you're breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in, ease off. Good, now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add in that thoracic rotation here, okay? So, right hand is on the sticker or a little below. I did move my hand, okay? Drive hips away, extend both hands out. Good, rotate that right shoulder through. Back to regular position. Good, rotate that right shoulder through. Back down. And ease off. And relax. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna get into a little bit of slap shot. However, what's gonna be a little bit different with the slap shot is, we're gonna add in rotating the hip at the bottom position, okay? So, I'm gonna take the stick behind my mid back, take a stance as wide as what's comfortable for you, okay? So I'm gonna have a little bit of a toe out angle here, okay? I'm gonna drive my hips back. I'm gonna start with rotating the left end of the stick towards my midline, placing that on the ground, okay? Now I'm gonna pull apart and I'm gonna lunge back into my left here, okay? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rotate my right foot up towards the ceiling by rotating my hip. Then rotate it back down, rotate the hip again, back down, bring it back to center, and bring the stick back to the center here. I'm gonna rotate the right end of the stick towards the floor. Do that same thing. Okay, I'm gonna lunge to my right. Okay, I'm gonna rotate the left foot up towards the ceiling. Good, back down. One more time, rotate up, back down, back to center. Good. Instead of coming back up, come out of it, let's get our feet a little wider if we can here, okay? So make a little bit more of a challenge. So do that same thing, okay? Gonna hinge. Good. We're gonna rotate the left end towards the floor, towards my midline. Okay. What we're gonna do from here, I'm gonna drive my hips back. the left. Gonna rotate that right hip up, back down. Good. Rotate it up and back down. Back to center. Come out of it. Now I'm going to do the opposite side. Rotate the right end towards midline. Good. Lunge to my right. Rotate the left foot up towards the ceiling. Rotate the hip. Back down. Good. Rotate up. Back down. Back to center. Good. Wiggle your feet in to come out of it. Okay? So, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the second stick. We're going to work on some thoracic extension or T-spine extension here. Okay? So, I'm going to go from a side profile. And I want to make sure the bottom of the sticks are actually going to be in line with my mid-toes. Okay, my feet are roughly about hip to shoulder width apart. Okay, I'm going to grip right above my shoulder height. What I'm going to do from here, I want to keep the arms straight. I want to drop my hips back and hinge, extend my hands out. Good. Breathe. I'm going to come back up. Good. Okay. We're going to go into that again. Okay. Extend the hands out. Drive hips back. Open up the thoracic spine. Good. I'm going to bring both sticks out to the side now. And I'm going to drive my chest down towards the floor. So now I'm going to start to open up that arm line and chest area here. Good. Bring the sticks back out in front. Good. And back up. And relax. Excellent. And so now we're going to work in a little bit of rotation from a deep lunge position. Okay, so both sticks are going to be angled into the bottom of the rack or the corner of a wall here. Okay, this is what's going to be most ideal. So I'm going to have my right foot forward. Okay, and in this position, again, I want to work on rotation. And what I'm looking for is how well I can control my hips, okay, and disassociate them from the spine. So I'm going to take a pretty big split here. Right foot is going to start forward. I'm going to grab at the ends of the sticks here like so. Okay, I'm not doing a rope grip. I'm going to grab and place my palms on the stick here. Okay, I'm going to rotate towards my front leg. Okay, and so what I'm going to do from this position, I'm going to start with the sticks low. I'm going to bring my right hand up high. My left hand is going to come through past my chest. Then I'm going to rotate and drive my leg forward, draw my body forward, get that rotation. 3, 2, 1. Come out of it slowly. Good. We're going to do 2 more. Okay. You want to make sure that you're squeezing this back glute, this left glute here, okay? Reach out with the right, left hand comes through, squeeze that left glute, drive that hip forward, get that hip extension. 3, 2, 1, come out slowly. Let's go 1 more here, okay? Right hand up, left hand through. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Come out slow. And relax. Take a second. Now we're going to do the other side. Finish up here. Okay. Back legs back. Do the same series of events. Now we're doing it in reverse. Okay. So the left hand comes up. And now the right hand comes through. Squeeze that right glute, reach through. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Come out slow. Excellent. Let's go 2 more here. Reach out with the left, right hand comes through. Lunge forward. Make sure that right glute is tight. 3, 2, 1. Come out slow. Excellent. Let's go 1 more time. Okay. Left hand up, right hand comes through. Try to keep that left arm straight. Squeeze that right glute. 3, 2, 1. Come out slowly. Ease off and relax. Awesome. That concludes today's stick mobility class. Again, thank you for joining me for today. I hope everybody had a good class, and I will catch you guys all next time. Have a wonderful day.